My husband agreed to give his sister our embryo without telling me. I found out when she announced her pregnancy at our anniversary dinner. I always knew family was important to Michael. It's one of the things I loved about him, his unwavering loyalty to his sister Claire, who'd been struggling with infertility for 5 years. What I didn't know was that his loyalty would lead him to make a decision that would shatter our marriage. Michael and I had gone through high ourselves 3 years ago. After our son Noah was born, we had 3 viable embryos frozen for the future. We'd agreed to try for a second child when Noah turned 4, which was still a year away. Last night was our 5th wedding anniversary. Michael had arranged a private dinner with his family at an upscale restaurant, minus his parents Claire and her husband Daniel. It seemed odd to include them in our anniversary celebration, but Michael insisted it would make the evening more special. Michael's nervous glances, Claire's barely contained excitement, the champagne pre-ordered for a toast. But I was too busy enjoying a rare night out. Noah happily at home with a sitter halfway through dinner. Claire tapped her glass and stood up. "We have an announcement," she said, beaming at Daniel. "After years of trying, we're finally expecting. I am 8 weeks pregnant." Everyone erupted in cheers. I hugged her, genuinely happy for their long-awaited news. "The best part," Claire continued as the celebration quieted, "is that this baby will be truly family, more than just cousins minus Noah, and this little one will be genetic siblings." I felt the room tilt. Claire's smile faltered slightly. "Well, when Michael offered us one of your embryos, it was like a miracle. We wanted to wait until we were safely past the first trimester to tell you, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore." Every eye turned to Michael, who was staring intently at his water glass. "You gave them our embryo?" My voice sounded distant even to myself. "Without discussing it with me?" His mother jumped in quickly. "Sarah, dear, it's such a beautiful gift. Claire has wanted to be a mother for so long, and this way the baby stays in the family." I turned to Michael, waiting for him to say this was all a misunderstanding. I pulled away. "I was going to tell you," he said quietly. "Claire called 3 months ago, minus they'd been denied adoption again, and their last round high failed. She was devastated. I knew we had 3 embryos, and we only planned on having 1 more child, so you decided for me. For us." I was amazed. My voice remained steady. "You gave away our child without even asking me." Claire's face crumpled. "You're making it sound horrible. We're family. The baby will still be in your life." I stood up, gathering my purse and jacket. "Palit on your pregnancy, Claire. I truly mean that." But this was not Michael's decision to make alone. In the taxi home, Michael kept saying he'd meant to tell me, that he'd been looking for the right moment. "I never thought you'd react this way. It's just an embryo, and we have 2 more just an embryo." I stared at him. "That's our potential child, a sibling to Noah, a decision we should have made together." At home, I slept in the guest room this morning. I called a lawyer. What hurts most isn't just Michael's betrayal, but his assumption about what I would have decided. The truth is, I might have agreed to help Claire. I know her pain. I understand her desperation. But I deserve the chance to make that choice consciously, to prepare emotionally, to be honored as the genetic mother of that child. Now I face an impossible situation. A niece or nephew who is biologically my child, growing in another woman's body, conceived through my husband's deception. Claire texted this morning. "I hope you'll come around. This baby deserves to know both its mothers, as if genetic material is all that motherhood means." Sometimes the deepest betrayals come wrapped as acts of generosity, and sometimes the hardest decisions aren't about choosing between right and wrong, but navigating a path when every option leads to heartbreak. Michael keeps asking what I want to do next. The truth is, I don't know. But for the first time in our marriage, I'll be making this decision entirely for myself.